Yo, what's up, guys? There's another new ban list. I just woke up and I found out that this happened, right? So let's just, just dive straight into it. What's happening? What's happening? The cards to be unlimited. Okay, more things just coming back to 3. Okay, all right. So I don't even know why this is still at 1. Well, let's see what it even does. It discards cards and okay, it resets the hand. I guess it's just because of, no, I don't know, man. It's just, it was on there from ages ago and they still hadn't released it, but they finally got around to it, I guess. Cyberjar also coming back to 3 now. Cyberjar was an extremely toxic card before. Okay, let's actually just read it. Destroys all monsters on the field. Both players take. Both players reveal the top 5 decks. And then they summon all level 4. Okay, so it doesn't really do much. Yeah, I don't know why this is still banned, right? This should be the first thing that came up. Oh, it's already off in the TCG and OCG, and it's coming off now in March. Okay, they're just behind a little bit. Next one, got Aluba, the Jester of Despia. Now, this is it's about time. Branded, it's actually kind of a base deck, but the issue with Branded, right, it's not Branded itself. It's the stupid locks that it creates. With the puppet lock is now gone, right, but there's still like these semi-puppet locks which exist, which basically lock key, they're just harder to get to, and yeah, Branded is still kind of known for that. So I mean, this just makes it a little bit more consistent. There was no real reason to hit the Jester at all, if I'm being honest, right? They should just hard ban something, but you know, Konami, they like their consistency hits, right? And now that Branded is not doing it as well as it was, they're bringing it back, which it really shouldn't have been hit in the first place. Should just hit something else. Anyway, on to the next one. Bestial Sane is coming back. It's another Branded boost, right? This is basically, there's no reason to ever use 3 of this unless you're using Branded, right? Or some kind of dragon deck, but I mean, mostly it's Branded. And again, this one, I don't really understand why they hit this one in the first place, right? This one, it was just a consistency boost to the decks that are actually making use of the Bestials, and they hit the card, right? Like, what's the point of that? I understand, like, Magnum, it's obviously, it's just too good, right? It's just searches for something, like, it can even search for another Bestial. Its effect is way too generic, but this was one, it's not a generic effect, right? It's only used in things that it's really supposed to be used in, which is mainly dragons and Branded, and they just hit it, and I don't know. Again, it was another consistency hit to Branded, I believe, but I don't know, it's again something that's uncalled for, so I'm glad they're bringing it back now. What's up next? Oh, Destiny Hero Celestial is coming back to 3 now. This one, it is kind of, again, bro, this is like, it's kind of risky, but it's only risky because Verte exists, right? Now, if Verte gets banned, like I'm hoping it will, this won't even be an issue, right? But as it currently stands, yeah, it's just, Celestial is what gave the DPE engine so much power, right? Because it's a good level, right? So you can just use it generically. It's a level 4. Level 4 is the best level, right? And also, like, it draws 2. When if it's in the graveyard with another Destiny hero, it will draw 2, right? And it's just too much, right? Of course, you need an empty hand, but it's not that hard in Yu-Gi-Oh to like empty your hand and then build it back up with like searches and stuff like that. So realistically, this was just a draw 2, right? And it made the engine way too powerful. And I'm hoping Verte finally gets banned if they think that this can come back. Right now, let's see what's the next one. Branded Opening again is coming back. Okay, more Branded consistency buffs. That's what I like to see, you know. Jeez, yeah, Branded Opening. At the time it got hit, it was basically just another Jester, right? It's just another copy of Jester. Now this one locks you into fusions, of course, but I mean, realistically, you're using Jester to get Branded Fusion, which will lock you anyway, so the fusion lock is not that peak, right? It doesn't really do anything. You're only using it with fusions anyway, so it's really calm. Like, it actually discards the card as cost 2, so you know, it is really good in that regard for triggering certain effects, right? So yeah, it's just all a good card all around. Glad it's coming back to the, oh, also it protects your monster as well, which you know, that's a bonus effect always. Let's see what's going to be semi-limited Maxi. Okay, so Okay, I mean, people thinking, oh, you know, Maxi's probably going to get banned, right? People are saying that. So, no, Maxi's not going to get banned. Guys, like Konami, they like Maxi too much, bro. They think Maxi solves all their problems, so they're never going to ban him. Oh, flip's sake, bro. I'm like, I was hoping that it would actually get banned here and not just copy the OCG and go to 2. What does this do in the OCG? What does this even do, like, at 2? What's the point? This is just... Maxi already makes the game more sacky, right? And this just hurts it even more because you still have to play those side cards, right? You still have to play the mini game. It's just now the main part of the mini game's at 2, so it feels even worse when cards like Ash and Called By are not good against other decks. Now let's see, what have we got next? This is a huge disappointment. Kaiman is going to 2. Okay, I'm not really sure how much this even does. Honestly, like, I mean, obviously it's good against Tenpai, right? It's just more consistency hits for Tenpai, but I don't know, this is like the OCG's thing. It's just always consistency hits. Never any hard bans, and that often at times it just leads to trouble, right? Because you just have the same thing going ham over and over and over again, but it's just slowly getting more bricky, right? And it makes for a bad format. Now, like, for example, we're in a situation where it's not as good to side for Tenpai, right? But you will still get clapped by Tenpai if you don't side for it, right? So you kind of have to either let it win or let everything else win, like, in some ways. So I don't know, these consistency, I don't like them, honestly. I think they're just a waste of time. Look at what happened to Branded, right? They just wasted our time with consistency hits over and over and over again. And, like, I don't know, you're bringing it back now, but it's like, it's just silly. Anyway, what's happened next? Nightmare Throne is going to 2 again, bro. This is another, like, just ban it. Honestly, if it's that much of an issue. Like, we know Fiendsmith is coming out, so Yubel is going to be even better than it was before, right? But you're hitting this to 2 for no reason. Okay, I guess the reason is, like, you're telling us, oh, we see the issue, but seeing the issue doesn't matter if you don't do anything about it, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. I feel like it's just... No one's going to do anything about Nightmare Throne, right? Nightmare Throne is obviously an extremely powerful, non-searchable card, right? So putting it at 2 hurts the consistency of that a little bit, right? It hurts their opening hand strength a little bit. But, like, it doesn't hurt it enough. And it just makes it... It's more sacky when they do draw it, right? Because, again, you can't really play around it as much now because, of course, it's at 2. Like, it's already a sacky card, but now it's even more sacky. And I don't think Konami really understands that. At least the OCG doesn't understand that, and Master Duel follows the OCG like quite tightly. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully there's something better next. What's up next? Kazu Limited. Anti-spell fragrance is going to 1. Now, I mean, this definitely deserves to go to 1, but I mean, I'm a Pendulum player, so naturally I hate this card. But I mean, I think this card is just kind of shitty, right? This is kind of bad. Now, anti-spell fragrance was one of the counters to Tenpai, right? I think that's like a lot of the reason why this actually went up in, you know, usability is because of Tenpai. Because like, if you're playing against Tenpai, you always go first, right? So this will never be a dead card when you draw it against Tenpai. But against other decks, it really is a dead card, which is why I don't really use it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a toxic card. Right, it's been toxic for quite a while and they haven't really done anything about it until now. When the game was slower, this wasn't so bad, right? Because you could feasibly wait a turn and then use all of your spells at once and it was okay, yeah. But as the game goes on, of course, the game gets faster and faster, it becomes less feasible that those spells that you set are ever going to see the light of day. So yeah, this obviously becomes way better and they just had to ban it. Alright, and what's it? Cast be forbidden, so there are some bans. Secret Village of the Spellcasters, man. Damn it, I was using that in my Pendulums. And now it's gone. Well, you know, oh well, it is what it is. This was being used, right, quite a lot. And I understand why, but I mean, it's basically, it's against Tenpai, right? Because if you draw this, and you're against any other deck and you go second, right? This card just sucks. Bro, it has the actual potential to lock you out of the game as well, right? So in some scenarios when you go second, it just sucks for you, right? But against Tenpai, of course, you're never going to go second. So this is always going to be active. And this is going to lock out their Kaiman, their Sangen summoning, any of the board breakers they may draw, including that forbidden droplet that Konami seems to intend on giving to them every single game. So yeah, of course, this is going to be like insanely busted right now. I didn't expect this to get banned, right? Honestly, but I mean, I guess it is. Yeah, there's not really much to say about this one, to be honest. Summon limit is getting banned. Okay. I mean, again, just another is in the same scenario as anti-spell fragrance, right? Where it's like it was feasible for you to only be summoning 2 a turn back in the day, but as it gets faster and faster, summon limit just gets stronger and stronger, right? Because you're gonna need to summon more monsters to actually do stuff. And again, summon limit is one of those ones where it's technically it's like two-sided, right? It affects both people, but realistically, it is a one-sided floodgate because by the time this is active, you can already summon all your stuff. So realistically, this is just a one-sided floodgate, a bit like anti-spell fragrance. By the time it comes to flip it up, all your stuff is already done. But you know what? Unlike anti-spell fragrance, summon limit, it hasn't been okay for a while, right? This has been pretty toxic for quite a while now, right? So yeah, I'm glad to see this is getting banned like now. It was already at 1, but you know, Konami's like, yeah, this is it's Saki anyway, so you might as well ban it. But you won't take the hint for Tenpai, huh? You won't take the hint for the best decks, but you'll ban this. Anyway, is that the, yeah, that's it. That's the full changes. Now, to be fair, this was a decent ban list, right? Let's go over it. We've got a lot of Toxic Floodgate seeing hits, right? We've got Secret Village banned, Anti-Spell banned, which these two basically do the same thing, right? We've got Summon Limit banned as well. Again, Toxic Floodgate, it's very one-sided. Now, Maxi's going to 2. I do not think this is a good hit at all. Either keep it at 3 or just ban it. 2 is just Saki. Because of the Molchamis as well, you're kind of still forced into that Maxi minigame, right? So this is just not great. And again, like Sangen Kaiman and Nightmare Throne, both of these, it just sucks, bro. Like, it's just, they're going to 2. All of these limit 2s, right? Not all of them forever, right? Some limit 2s are actually good. Like, Malicious actually did something when it was limit 2. But these limit 2s is just, it makes it more Saki and for like no reason. And honestly, it's not even that much of a hit to consistency, right? Like, if you watch my short, you'll know that the odds of drawing a card after it's been like limited to 2, it only decreases it by like 11%, right? So like 1 in 9 games. So, you know, it's not that great. These are just slap on the wrist hits, and they just make the game more Saki and less fun. Now, we got some branded on hits as well, like Jester, Saranir, and branded opening. Like, maybe it's like, oh, branded back in the day when it was super simple and it went to 1. Yeah, that was like justified, but it hasn't been justified for a long time. I'm glad it's coming back now. Celestial, again, you're not banning Verte, but you're keeping all of the cards that go with Verte, right? You're unbanning the stuff, but you're not actually banning the main card, which is kind of disappointing, if you ask me. And, you know, that's the end of the ban list. That's it. If I got something wrong, make sure to tell me in the comment section below, because, you know, I'm not omnipotent, right? I get stuff wrong sometimes. So, you know, make sure you leave your opinions in the comments below so we can have some accurate information. I see you in the next one, and goodbye.